All right, Bob Maloney from My MMA News, and my man on Skype with me is Tim, the Jaguar Dooling. Tim, how you doing, brother?
I'm great. I'm doing great, Bob. It's great to see you.
It's always good to talk to you, man. I know that. Listen, you're always working, whether it's in the gym or your career, and I know when these promotions have a tough fight coming up, and they need somebody at 45 who will fight anybody. They're always looking for the Jaguar, man. So,
That's right.
before we talk about your fight coming up at CES, coming up against Chris Bessette, let's talk about or Matt.
Matt
My
Bessette.
bad. Sorry, Matt. Anyway, Tim has fought some really good fighters. I mean, he has a 7-4 record, and he's fought Frankie Buenafuente, who's former Ring of Combat champion, a Bellator veteran, Julio Arce, who's in the UFC, and right now Bill Algeo, who is the current Ring of Combat champion at 45. Tim is the only guy that basically went the distance with him. He's finishing everybody. He'll probably be in the UFC soon, and now CES comes calling. So tell me, Tim, what happened? What happened? They called you. Somebody called you. Take me through the steps of you getting this fight.
Yeah, I mean they actually contacted me on Facebook. Facebook messaged me, and I was interested. They said, hey, I actually at first was tentative. I fought in Connecticut once before. It was a Mohegan Sun event. I fought against a guy from Connecticut, and it was just a whole lot of chaos that whole weekend. I didn't enjoy the experience, other than winning the fight, of course. But the whole experience wasn't the greatest, and I was tentative at first to hear, oh, you want to fight in Connecticut, but they said UFC Fight Pass. Big UFC vet opponent, and me. I hear a challenge, I can't turn it down.
I say, well, listen, talk to me about Dante Rivera. I know you're still training over there. Give me
Of course.
who's are you working with the hitman? Who's
Oh,
getting you ready? Who's sparring with? Who's rocking your world right now, kicking your ass in the room, getting you ready for the
I mean,
cage.
both them Caracappa brothers. Matt, he's soon to make his pro debut. He's become cool with no Phil. Is just been on a tear, absolute tear, and has been a monster. So besides those guys, got Andrew, who's just an absolute tank, can't be stopped, cardio for days. And I got Dante. I roll with Dante, multiple times a week, and getting beat up by him. There's nobody's jujitsu on the planet who I fear.
Well, listen, Matt has a lot of fights. Have you gotten the chance to? Do you watch any of his video?
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
absolutely.
when he him?
Yeah, I mean, watching Matt, I actually feel like we have a very similar style, which I feel is going to make for a very exciting fight. He likes to stand, he likes to come forward. He likes to move when it gets to the ground. He's not one of them fighters who's just gonna wall install or get on the ground and hold position and not do much. He's an action fighter, and I'm very much the same way. So I think this fight has a lot of potential to be a very exciting matchup.
I'm looking forward to it. Listen, it's like you said, it's an opportunity on UFC Fight Pass. It doesn't come around. It's kind of hard to turn that down. You know what I mean? I mean, you're
Yeah.
going to be have more exposure than you would for just about any place right now because everybody has UFC Fight Pass. If you're an MMA fan, I mean, you have to. Otherwise, you're missing out on some great fights.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
So I mean, this camp has just been great too. I mean, I haven't felt this good in a long time. I know I'm coming off a big layoff, and there's some questions whether this is the longest I've actually ever gone without having a fight. Uh, Most of my fights are quick turnarounds. The Julio Arce fight, that was Dana White's looking for a fight. I took that fight on 2 weeks' notice, and I couldn't even take the fight when they gave me the call initially because I was fighting that day. They called me up. I said, "Hey, I'll call you after my fight tonight." Beat the snot out of some guy for 3 rounds. Called him up and said, "I'll take Julio Arce."
there you go.
So whenever a challenge presents itself, I'm more than willing to step up to the plate. That's what life's all about is
Well, that's how
taking
you
on
got.
challenges.
Hey, listen, the Jaguar has always been one of my favorite creatures. You know, I mean, talking about the big cats, and the
Yeah,
jaguar has always been an apex predator, brother.
that's right.
So
Apex predator.
you know, they're not a. I love watching the jaguars hop into the water and take on the crocs.
Yep.
They take on the anacondas. There's really nothing that they fear.
Yep. They'll go into where the animal is, in its territory and take them out. And that's what I plan to do. I'm going to Connecticut. I'm fighting, Matt Bessette, who's, the hometown hero out there. He's from Hartford, Connecticut. I'm sure he's going to sell out the stadium. He's going to sell, 100-fold times as many tickets as I'm going to sell going out there. And I plan to go out into his territory and take him out.
Hey, at the end of the fight, you want to hear lots of boos. You get that post-fight interview.
That's right.
That's what your goal is. You know what I mean?
Upset a lot of Connecticut fans. That's the plan.
Hey, listen, it shows you how the balls that you have, because listen, not everybody has the balls to do that, to go, and it's not like, it's not like, the next state over. You're going a few states up north, out of your hometown. You're not going to really have that many fans there. You have a handful of them. You have your corner guys, and it's like basically you against the whole stadium. It's everybody's rooting against you. It's like I said,
I wouldn't have it any other way. I love to be the underdog.
Hey, listen,
Being the underdog. I love being the bad guy.
I love it, man. I love it. Listen, Tim, man, thanks for being my guinea pig. This is my first Skype video, hopefully the first of many.
Yeah.
Give my best to your brothers over there, to the Caracappa brothers, to Dante. Tell Dante I'm going to kick his ass when I see him, all right?
All right.
Every time I come up there to see you guys, he's never there. You know what I mean? He's always out playing.
He's out having fun all weekend.
I bet he is. So is he going to be in your corner for the fight, obviously?
Absolutely.
Who else is making the trip with you?
I believe Leandro's going to come out with him. Leandro Hernandez, another one of my training partners. Good jiu-jitsu, black belt. And I think Matt's going to be a corner. I'm gonna bring Matt out in the corner. He's going to be, a lot of help in the warm-up room, being another 45er. Man, he's the strongest 45er. Got to deal with whatever. And just the intensity he brings when we're sparring. I'm ready for anything that Matt's going to bring for me.
All right, brother. Before we go, give out some love, some shout-outs if you have anybody you want to say thanks to.
Well, yeah, I got to thank all my partners, my training partners that we've already mentioned. Obviously, you, my favorite interviewer of all time. My MMA News, I see, you've been working with them, and that's a really awesome step. I'm happy to see you got a nice platform for all that skill you got when it comes to interviewing.
I try my best.
Yeah. Oh, my artist. I got an artist designing me some stuff coming up.
Let's see it. Oh, nice.
Like that? The Jaguar right there. Let me get a little closer for you.
Oh, dude, that is badass, man.
Got some gear coming out. Be on the lookout for that. Linda Zacks. Go check her art out. She's got some really great stuff. She's actually sold some stuff to some Bellator fighters. She comes to my boxing classes, and she's really taken to, martial arts, and has kind of started to incorporate it into her art, which is really cool. My boxing, I've actually been going to a buddy of mine, Jason Sia, his gym, boxing. It's called Flip Body Fit in Hamilton, New Jersey. It's right around the corner from me. So I go in there, get some mitt work, get some bag work, whenever I got free time, which isn't very often nowadays. I got a new job, and as much as it's been a saving grace for me, it also takes up a lot of my time. So, all day, every day, I'm moving nonstop, and it's made me a better fighter. Now I got to get up at 4:30 every morning because I work in Philadelphia now. I get up at 4:30 every morning just so I can get there early, work out for an hour before work, take the train home, come home, go right to Dante's. I'm training till 10:30 at night. Come home, sleep, right back at it the next day, 4:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. And that grind has really made me a better fighter. And I'm not training out in Philadelphia besides, my strength and conditioning that I'm doing prior to work. But just that mental state of getting up and forcing myself to do things I don't necessarily want to do all the time has got me really motivated to do new things. I've really made a lot of strides in my MMA game because of it. I'm working on the things that in the past I kind of might have neglected, and I feel that I've improved so much in my time off. Every time I lose a fight, I come back way stronger than when I win a fight. And this is no exception. I've had plenty of time to prepare off of a loss that, was pretty hard for me to take. I would have liked to have won that fight against Bill. I think if I got another shot, I could take him. But that'll be down the line a little bit. I got to focus on Matt. I want all those fights I lost again. All those guys. I'll take any of them, anytime, anyone, anytime, anywhere. And I've always said that, and it's not gonna change.
Hey, listen, I'm right over the bridge from Philly, so when you get a lunch break, let me come over and meet up with you. If you get a lunch break over there when you're work, come over and grab some lunch after this fight. How's that sound?
Absolutely, that'd be awesome.
All right, man. Listen, go get them, man. You're a week away. I'll be watching on UFC Fight Pass. I'll be screaming for you from here. Sorry about that, Matt, but Tim and I go back to his pro debut, man.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, brother. I wish you nothing but the best.
You were the co-promoter of my very first pro fight. I remember. As another guy I want back.
Yeah, hey, listen, he has a big fight coming up too. I think he might be on UFC Fight Pass as well. I did see some fight news from him coming up too. But like I said, man, stay focused on Bessette, and I can't wait to see you, and I'll talk to you soon, my man.
Awesome. It's always great to see you, Bob.
The Jaguar, Tim Dooling, baby. My man.
You're the man.